Okay, I think I'm actually live now. I think. I hope so. Hi. Can you hear me okay, Jay? Okay, you guys can hear me now. Hello. Hope you guys can hear my very relaxing music as well. Hi, Ray. How's it going? You guys get my stream set up, so it's a lot better than my laptop. Hi, Bethany. Awesome. What was the hardest thing for you to learn in this program? I think it's always gonna be just learning After Effects. I think that's the main one. Other than that, I found everything pretty easy to grasp. Also, you guys can let me know if the music's too loud. I'm not too sure if it is. But yeah, I think After Effects is probably the hardest thing to learn. You just got to keep going at it. So I mean, yeah, definitely After Effects. Gotta be said. It's so weird going live on YouTube. Oh my god. It's okay. It's all good. You guys are great though. Great instructors and everything. You're very nice, very supportive, and we appreciate it. Even though our show didn't go to plan. What do you want to be doing when you finish? Ray, I'm actually going to be working at iDesign. I'm going to be working with them. Alison's definitely taught me a lot, which was amazing. Craig's been helping me along the way and stuff. So that's really nice of him as well to help me outside of something, even though Alison's his wife, but he's still very supportive even when he doesn't have to be. It's really nice. But I think I'm going to continue on further. I'm going to go do some upgrading at Kona, and then I'm also going to go to MUN and do software engineering, where I can apply my graphic design skills to coding. So I'll know how the front end works and the back end. So I've got another 5 years in school, which is going to be nice. So you'll probably see me around the campus for another little bit. It takes a bit of getting used to, right? Oh my gosh, yes. You just got to keep going at it. You got to understand that like nothing's going to be easy. Well, I mean not nothing, but like it's not going to be. If you don't want to put effort in, then you're not going to get it out. You know what I mean? How was second year compared to first year? It was a lot more advanced, which is obviously a given, but I mean, it was a lot more in depth, I think. So honestly, if you keep working on it, you'll be fine. You just got to keep on top of your projects. You don't want to get in that spiral where you don't, and it's really hard to do that. To not be able to. Like, you'd be like, oh, I'm just going to leave it until I have to do it. And then, like, you've got another 6 projects piled on top. You just got to keep on top of it. You guys will be fine. I've seen some of the first year's work. It's absolutely amazing. You guys are doing awesome. If I could do, like, you're at second year level already. You really have nothing to worry about. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll all be fine. Do some really, really good stuff. Yeah, Bethany, I'm really excited. So... yeah, I think I applied to MUN, but my average was too low. I think it's a 70 average to get in, and mine was a 68. So they're like, oh, you gotta go back and upgrade, because none of my things transferred over, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. I'll come down and see Jay and everyone. See Jay, Ray, and Craig. They'll be like sick of me by then. They'll be like, you're not in this course anymore. That's going to be a great skill set when you combine coding with graphic design. What kinds of work do you want to be doing in the future? Oh, I really have enjoyed doing web design. I worked a lot with iDesign, doing like web stuff with them, and it's really fun. I don't know what it is about it. I just really enjoy Wix. I hated Squarespace. I have to say it wasn't my thing. But I really did enjoy wigs. So, and then I made, I helped iDesign create theirs, and now that's live if you wanted to go see it. It's idesignservices.ca, I believe. So you guys can go and see that and tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback. You're always welcome, Danny doing. Jay, you're gonna regret saying that. I'm gonna be down there all the time. I'm gonna be sat on that little couch in 107 in the back. You guys just have to put up with me for a little bit longer. It's awesome though. I kind of like streaming on YouTube. It's quite nice, quite a change of scenery. I usually stream on Twitch. I hope so. Thank you, Jay. It means a lot. I do appreciate it. What was one of your favorite projects in second year / the one you're most proud of? Oh, that's a good question. My favorite project in second year. Well, personally for me, we had to redesign an entire website. So that one was really fun. Like, we had to take everything, literally everything. That was a big project. We put everything and made it into a new website itself. So obviously I used Wix, and then I put it into Adobe XD and did it like that. But the one I'm most proud of, I bought an iPad semi recently, and I then started to use Procreate, use my Apple Pencil and use Procreate as a software. And my friend Chelsea is a really, really, really good illustrator. She's also in second year. She'll be streaming tomorrow, I believe. But she was a really good illustrator, and she was teaching me some ways on how to do things. And ever since then, I've been using that to apply to a marketing kind of standpoint. I used like Etsy and stuff like that. And I make Twitch panels. So I can use my own illustrations, and then I can use Adobe Illustrator personally to put that up. And then I put them into a folder and then put them up on Etsy, and people buy them. Right now I have 30 sales, which is something I am very proud of. I started that in Snowmageddon when that whole big thing happened, and then I was like, I can make money off this. And seeing as there's no, what's it called? I don't have to send things off. There's no kind of production in it. People just give me the money, and then they get the downloaded files. So they put them up on their Twitch. But I'm most proud of not even really a project, just how far I've come in illustrating and stuff like that. I do have a few illustrations that I have done for stuff like that. Just in general, like we had to do a poster, and it was kind of like spreading awareness and stuff. And I did a little, I think it might be on my Instagram. I'm not too sure if it's on my Behance portfolio, but I'll be able to send you the picture afterwards. But it was a little, like a fish kind of, and it was covered in oil. I think you might have saw it. I'm not too sure. There was a few first years in there, and it was a fish, and it was over like rice kind of, and then it had like, it looked like sushi, and it was like kind of just being like what goes in comes out. So if you're putting oil in the sea and you're taking fish out the sea, they're covered in oil kind of thing. So, yeah, Etsy, Bethany, thank you. Yes, the thing is, if you have, say you put up a set of maybe, I don't know, you can do them for Mixer as well, it's completely up to you. Maybe you do a set of, I don't know, 12 panels, and you put them up for $12.50. I'll skip this song. Put them up for $12.50. I'll leave it on. Put them up for $12.50, and then people download them. They get the files from you, and then from there you do nothing. You just get money in your account. So having that kind of income, it's just a bit of room, kind of. Just if you would say you wanted to focus on getting, like, maybe I bought a Cricut recently. So maybe if you wanted to focus on like maybe buying one of those and then using that to sell. Thank you, Jay. I usually stream on Twitch. I play video games and stuff like that. I have a not a big following on there, but I have 150 followers, I think. So I'm kind of used to streaming. I miss it a lot, to be honest. And I just talk. I talk until like I just can't stop. So, but thank you. Do appreciate it. But yeah, you can then focus on. I love marketing. It's probably my favorite thing. Surprise free money, always nice. Listen, every time I get a little, even the Etsy app, it makes like a little like cha-ching sound where I'm like, that is music to my ears every single time. But you like download files, anything like that. You can even do like SVG files. You can do like I said, Twitch panels, and there's a bunch of things revolving around Twitch. You can do like little sub badges. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with it, but you can do sub badges and like cheer badges, and like people always are looking, especially times like now when people are quarantined and stuff like that. People want to start streaming. They're gonna want a professional look to their stream, which makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, but there's money in Etsy regardless of what you do, and even if you wanted to like make prints and sell them, anything. Like little 4x6 prints. They're not that expensive to print, but you can then, like, say you buy them for 30 cents each, or you can even make them yourself 30 cents each. You can sell them for like $6, $7, $8. It's awesome. Why did you pick graphic design? Well, originally, Bethany, I wanted to go into video game design because I love video games. Everyone in second year knows that I love video games a lot, and I wanted to be like, you know what, I'm gonna make my own. I love games like Stardew Valley, like Minecraft. I love a lot of first-person shooter games as well, like Call of Duty, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I've been playing a lot of don't stop. Anyway, that's a very long conversation about video games. I could talk about those all day. But I love design in general. I always wanted to be like, well, design's everywhere. Like coffee cups, signs, like trucks, anything, logos, it's everywhere. And I wanted to be like, kind of help myself a little bit. I wasn't originally going to go into software engineering, but I was like, I feel like that'd be something that I would really want to be like, get into. Because I love like computers. Everyone knows I love computers, and I would sit at one all day. I think it would be really good for me to apply graphic design to coding, which is like kind of, I have both, which is always nice. I'll be like, well, that doesn't go with that, or like, because you can have an awesome website, works amazing, but it like the front end just looks awful, and that's a main thing. Like, you don't want a website to look awful. You obviously you want it to work well, but you can't just keep having like a bad website. So I think that's why I got into graphic design. I thought I had to do graphic design to get into video game design, but it turns out I didn't. But I'm so glad I did graphic design anyways. So it's kind of a mistake, but kind of the best decision I've ever made. So I have some amazing friends in there. Everyone was kind of my friend there. At the start, I was like, oh my god, like sitting in my car by myself at lunch, just eating alone. So, and now we all go out to like Wendy's and stuff, even though we're all sick of it, but yeah, I got some good friends. You want some cookie? Bethany is the best second year mother you guys can have. So if you guys you need a designated mom. That's what second year needs. You won't get one as good as Bethany, but you'll get one similar, I hope. It's a rare brain that can handle graphic design and coding at the same time. I really hope I can do both. I'm going to have to go to Kona for a year, and then Mount for 4 years, I believe it is. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4. But if I kind of think that's my career path now, and I have really figured it out. So I want to really get into that, and like maybe even go like even further, like get my PhD kind of master's kind of thing, if I do decide that I really like it. But I have a really good feeling that I will. It's just something that I wanted to do. Now that I have it figured out, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense to me. I know you can, but be a rare one when you graduate. Thank you so much. I'm going to try very hard. and tried very, very hard. I feel like I could have tried a bit more in graphic design personally, but it's just because I was like, this isn't my final stop kind of thing. But now that I found my career, I think I'm going to go really far into it. I try my best to go really far into it. Two out of 10, I strongly dislike it. I've done it a little bit. We did do some in second year. That's another thing you can look forward to. But I really did enjoy it when I did it. Did you learn about coding, or did you just like dive straight in? Did you just, and why did you dislike it? I want to hear that. Also, it's very nice to be the first one streaming on here. Feels so crazy. Also, if you're in second year, what I would suggest doing so that you can just go live, download something called Streamlabs OBS. That's your best bet. Because you have to, on here, you have to have a software already. I couldn't just go live. So I'm not too sure why. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, so I'm glad I didn't have to change any of my settings and stuff. I did coding in Mum for 1 year, and then we had to do exams for coding on paper. Oh my god. That sounds painful. That sounds very painful. What a struggle though. Oh my god, Mum, step it up. Paper. Oh my god. That's insane. That seems like a very different, like, use of coding. I feel like that'd mess some people up where, like, typing and writing are very different things. That's crazy. That's a shame you didn't enjoy it though. I'm still really looking forward to it. Needless to say, I did awful. That's okay. Are you you're in first year now, right? I'm assuming yes. I'm gonna assume yes. Oh God, I've been live for 20 minutes. A third of my time is almost up. Crazy. So are you thinking about user interface or user experience design in the future? I'm thinking more about user interface, I think. I'm going to see which one I like more because I kind of want to progress at like the entire... I'm being very bold, but like the entire thing I kind of want to progress at like as best as I can. So maybe I'll even like do multiple. I know that's a lot, but I think I just got to work away at it, that's all. Just too much to remember, too many symbols and stuff. Yeah, I'm Kevin. Yes! I think I remember you. I think I do remember you. So you did see my my picture. What I was talking about. So, yeah. Kevin, I've seen some of your work and it's amazing. So you have nothing to worry about. None of you have anything to worry about. I think Hillary has one of I printed off something for her and she took a big print of it. It's one of my illustrations actually. It's really nice. It's a really fast growing field, a lot of exciting things going on in it. That's really amazing to hear. I don't think I'm going to be like going a different route. I don't think so. I think that's like my final thing. So I'm really hoping I like it because if not, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think so. Yeah, I think I do remember you. So, but yeah, you guys will do fine. See a lot of everyone's work is great. You probably see me next year, maybe. I'll come in and be like, you guys are doing awesome. Every time I go past D-Wig, you guys are doing great. I want to see how everyone else's lives go. That's awesome. YouTube is a lot different than Twitch. It's crazy. I know I keep saying that, but it's just a very different interface. Really different. It's good though. Tells me I have 6 views right now. That's cool. What's something you knew when you wish you started this program? Something I knew. Oh, that's a good question. Oh, Bethany, you're throwing curveballs at me. That's a really good question. Something you wish you knew when you started this program. I mean, I guess, like, the main one is the outcome of it. I think I just wanted to know, like, the ins and outs of it. But the outcome was probably the main thing. I just wanted to see what was involved in graphic design. So maybe I wish I would have known how much design is actually used everywhere. Because there's so much. There's so much. Literally everywhere. Like, even on my desk, I have, like, my Starbucks cup. Like, there's a Starbucks logo. There's, like, little lines on it. And there's a Starbucks going up the side of it. And it's just, like, someone put that there. Someone has put that there. And then there's an illustration of the mermaid on the side of it. So someone has to draw that. You know what I mean? People don't think about that. They just see it and they'll be like, that looks nice. Or, I really don't like how that looks. So I didn't realize how much of it there was, kind of. If that makes sense. Because you can design anything, literally anything. I'm glad I learned about more illustration though. I think that's kind of my main thing. I'm enjoying a lot of Animal Crossing characters. It's my favorite thing so far, so. Gotta love Animal Crossing. I feel like I'm talking a lot. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but like speed talking. Good answer? I don't think that was a good answer. I'm trying to think of other things. I wanted a nice outcome. It's really cool to see how much work actually goes into stuff around you, 100%. And even, I'm not too sure if you've thought about your work term yet, but if you are lucky enough to go to like a printing place, like anywhere in town, having your work printed, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you about my work term, but just I don't know if Jay can give me a yes or no. But for that, I won't mention companies, but I'll just mention like what I did. But it is crazy because everywhere, like even buildings, I guess you kind of have to design those, like really cool ones and stuff like that. But yeah, no one really thinks about it. I think graphic design's really kind of taken as just underwhelmed. You know what I mean? So there's so much. Oh, Jay, I can. Okay, so I did some with like the virus that's going around right now. I was able to design some little feet that you stand on, like so you maintain social distancing. So I created some of those, but I did so many, and I was trusted to do so many. And I was like, hey, like I went to my boss, I was like, hey, is this good? And she was like, oh my god, that's awesome. Like I set it up to print and then I had it in my hands. And I like watched it print on the printers. There's one in the lab at school. I don't know what it's called, the wide format printer. But that show made a weird sound. But yeah, just having stuff like that, just print, like, designing stuff, and, like, it was good. I was like, oh my god. Someone actually wants this in their store. It just blew my mind. And, like, they're like, oh yeah, that's really good, I really like that, and, oh, maybe we can do this. And I was like, I listened. That's one of the big things on work term. You're gonna have to listen to what your, like, bosses are saying. So... I don't know. I just really enjoyed like designing, and then I was like being able to print it out, and it wasn't like, oh, just like little stickers. It was like 18, not 18. I think it was 14-inch diameter like Bigfoot like stickers. I was like vinyl stickers that I printed on. It was so crazy. I also got to do some social distancing decals. It's a 2020 tradition that you got to do stuff like that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who I did it for. But I did arrows, I did floor decals, I was like, please use hand sanitizer, only 2 customers in the store at a time, only debit, and just stuff like that, and I learned so much. Like, even because of coronavirus, I couldn't, what's it called? I couldn't, what's it called? I couldn't, I don't even know. Bethany, one of your messages did you delete that? I don't know if we're allowed to say that. But yeah, I did arrows, I did everything, and I did like boards. It was so nice, and it was so nice to get an email back being like, this looks perfect. Like, because that's an actual person replying to my work. It was like, that is perfect. You know, so it was just really nice to see. Sorry, this is a bit off topic, but I saw an interesting video about character design. Do you like video games, Kevin? Do you like to do that? If you had all the money made from just that character, it would be close to 1 billion. Just from buying cosmetics for a single character in video games. Wow. See, even stuff like that, I know Stardew Valley, which is a very, very, very popular game that was made by, I think his like online name is Concerned Ape. I'm not too sure about his real name. Oh yeah, that's fine. But I just did stuff for like arrows and stuff like that. It's awesome. Like just signage for people. But Stardew Valley made a lot of money, and he made that by himself. I think he just did that like in his spare time. It took him like 4 or 5 years to do. Wants to play League of Legends. Oh, that's brave. I can't try it. There's a girl in second year, her name's Chelsea, she loves it. But saying what you did is fun and really cool. Yeah, I won't say company names, but I just say, like, it was just really nice to just have someone be like, this is awesome, and actually want it in their store. I did a lot of things. It was awesome. I didn't mean to delete my comment. I was like, I don't know if, like, YouTube's just restricted that, but it's okay. We're good. So, but yeah. I had an awesome work term. Like I said, I learned so much, but it's just so nice to see your work like in people's store, especially downtown and stuff. It's kind of like a local thing, like having your stuff printed locally and having your stuff used locally, and being able to go downtown and see stuff that you've done. It's awesome. It is so nice to see. When you realize people like your stuff enough to pay for it, it's a very awesome moment. And that's the thing, like working where I worked. I don't know if I can say where I worked, but working where I did work, it was very interesting to see, because some people I'm just used to putting stuff up for on Etsy say like $12.50, like for custom things, and I was like doing custom things where I was, and they're paying like a lot more money than $12.50. Do you know what I mean? So it's just crazy to see like kind of the jump. I think that's a big thing as well. Like I feel bad asking for money for my work because I find it more as a hobby more than a job, and I found that like it's just so different than like anything. So it was just weird asking people for money when I do it for a hobby, if that makes sense. I don't know, but like that's what I should be charging, but this is what I'm actually charging just because I'm doing it for fun and seeing it around town. Because oh my god, I loved like just the email when they were like perfect. I was like perfect. They're like, yeah, we're gonna get we're gonna order 7 of those and 3 of each signs, and I was like, oh my god, you actually want to use this and stuff like that. Like, not that it was bad, but it was just like my work. It was so crazy to see. It was really nice. It's really, really nice. Really nice. But yeah. If you guys have any other questions, I'd love to answer them. And I believe I'm going live on Wednesday at 3 p.m. I think that's my next time. I think. Can't be quoted, but I think. I'm really excited. I'm also wrapping my car purple. I know no one's interested. I'm just letting everyone know. And it's going to be purple very soon. So, which is also a design thing. So, it's very satisfying when you get to see your work used and printed. Oh my god, Bethany, it's the best feeling ever. It is so amazing. I'm gonna change the music in the background. Oh, YouTube ads, gotta love them. Squarespace, they're listening to me. I'm telling you guys. Okay, that's better. Squarespace are listening to me because I said that I hated them about 20 minutes ago. Trying to be nice to me now. But yeah, Bethany, it is. It's just so nice, like, seeing stuff that you've done around town. I can't even describe how, or explain how it feels. It just feels great. Because I'm, like, already having stuff, like, done for people. And no one kind of knows unless they ask. But, like, I know. And, like, I'll drive downtown and be like, oh my god, Mom, I did that. She's like, you did that? I'm like, I did that. So, but it's just really cool. Like, you can do so many things with design, like screen print, like stickers, decals, wall decals, like any, like car design, notebooks, notepads, pens, like anything. It's so great. Can't get away from Squarespace and HostGate. I know, I get GoDaddy ones all the time. I'm like, I'm not falling for it. Not at all. Not dealing with it. Go away, Squarespace. You've caused me enough harm. Hope everyone's having a nice morning too. I don't know if it's raining outside. I don't think so. Oh, maybe it is. I saw a raindrop, but maybe it is. I'm really excited to see everyone else's live streams. Oh my god, I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm having a lot of fun, actually. I thought I'd be sat here just like not doing anything and just sat here just being like waiting for someone to say something, but you guys are very talkative. It's wonderful. So what would you tell someone thinking about graphic design? What advice would you give? If I was to give someone advice, I would say if you like how things look, go for it. Because then you can design your own. And if you want to be like, I don't want to say sustainable because it's not a necessary thing, but it's kind of like you have that knowledge then. And you're going to need it more than you think you're going to need it. Like animation, anything. If someone's like, hey, I need a poster for a garage sale, like your family member, you're like, I can make you the best garage sale you've ever seen in your life. So I would say do it, go full speed ahead. You're gonna love it. If you're even thinking about it, you have a slight interest in it, and then you're gonna get the best instructors I've ever had, and then you're gonna love it. That's it. I don't think you guys have said one mean thing ever. You've been very, very constructive. It's never felt negative. You've always been like, hey, maybe you can do this instead of this. Instead of being like, that's awful, do this instead. It's awesome. To have people like that, like instructors like that. And you can quote that to the college from me. It's live streamed. I don't know if this is going to save, but you can quote them all you want. Best teachers ever. Ray Fennelly, John Barry, Craig Chislett, even Paul and Andy. Perfect. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. Great. It's awesome. But yes, going to graphic design. It'll be one of the best decisions you've ever made. I did it by accident. I wasn't like, because I wanted to do video game design. I thought I had to do graphic design first, but that was just me being dumb. But I think it was kind of like a little, how do you say this? Silver lining, I'm gonna say. Not silver lining, but like blessing in disguise, let's say that. Emma, what inspires you? I'm very inspired by, I'm gonna say I get inspired when I look at people's work and then look at illustrations, like animation especially. That's a really good question though. But hello, welcome to my stream. But I'm really inspired by illustration, like seeing people's work and stuff. I'm like, I really want to do that. And like just seeing people's artwork, like I said, it's everywhere. Just seeing stuff like that, it's awesome. And seeing like how people approach things and how people talk about things and what they're passionate about. Like some people are really passionate about, like, I don't know, clothing. I'll be like, well, I wonder why. And then they'll talk to you about it and you'll be like, wow, that's really, really cool to listen to. Just listening to other people, I think, is the biggest thing for me. Just listening to people be passionate about something is probably the most like energetic thing, but not like high energy. I just mean like people energy, if that makes sense. It's great. It's awesome. So I think that's what inspires me. People and their passionate thing. Their passions. I think. If that answers your question. I think that's what you meant. I can agree. Best teachers I've ever had. They are amazing. Like, even if you're having, like, other problems, like, oh, I don't feel good today, or I really just don't want to be in school, they'll be like, listen, go home, take a nap, we're doing this afternoon, you need to take care of yourself first. I think that was a big thing as well. It was very nice to just have, like, a caring teachers, because I'm, like, I know that you said you went to Mon, I'm assuming they were just, like, they don't care kind of thing. They were, like, not on a one-to-one basis, they definitely care, but, like, not on a person-to-person level, I think. Thank you. You're more than welcome. If you have any other questions, you just throw them at me. I'll try and answer them as best as I can. I didn't really prepare for this. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. So, didn't prepare myself for questions. Good questions. They've all been awesome. But yeah, even just stuff like having people care about your well-being, like especially teachers, it's such a weird feeling. Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I wish you could see our work in person, but thank you. I do really appreciate that. Thank you. Your instructors are so proud of all of you, and they are indeed an amazing group of people. Where do you go from here? Oh my god, making me cry. Yeah, probably the best instructors I've ever had, ever. I'm only 19, but I mean, amazing. I don't think I'm ever gonna get better instructors, and that's me thinking about like the next 5 years in school. Do you know what I mean? So where do you go from here? I'm actually gonna go and do software things. Where do I go from here? Yeah, I'm gonna go into software engineering so I can apply my graphic design knowledge into coding. Then I know the back end and the front end. I can create websites without having to have like multiple people on one thing. I can hopefully just handle all the work by myself. Bethany, thank you. I'm trying. I've been talking for like 40 minutes straight now. So it's a lot. It's okay. It feels very natural to talk about. I feel like you guys are just sat in front of me. It's really nice. Well, thank you guys. You're all very nice. And I appreciate your time coming to watch me and listen to me ramble. Also, update your portfolio regularly. That's another thing I would recommend to first years. Definitely do that. Your instructors are indeed a great group of people, and they're so proud of you. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, they're awesome. And you can even tell, like, they're like, you're doing amazing, don't even worry about it. And it's just like refreshing. That's the only way I could describe it. It's very, very, very refreshing to have like teachers that actually care about you as a person. And then it's like you as a person first, and then second is graphic design. It's not graphic design and then you. So like, say if you handed a project in like 10 minutes late, they're like, you know what, it's okay, don't even worry about it. And it's like, if that was a different school, they'd probably be like, we're not accepting it because you're 10 minutes late. You know what I mean? So I don't know, it's very just nice, like I said, refreshing to have something like that. Very helpful. For sure. So, but, yeah. It's really nice. Another thing I really wanted to talk to you guys about is social media. I did social media. What was your favorite subject area? Oh, illustration and web design. I think illustration, well, it's kind of from all three, actually. I loved photography. I just wasn't very good at it. I loved photography, I loved illustration, and I loved web design, which was with a single instructor. So Jay had illustration, Ray had photography, and Craig had web design. So yeah. But just learning a lot. Social media is such a huge, huge, huge thing to learn about. I did it for, I think, a year and a little bit. But I just ran an account, and even like that, you can make a lot of money from that. And it's not all about money, I understand that, but it definitely helps, especially as a student, and you're just getting money from using your phone. It's awesome. Every teenager's on their phone nowadays anyways. You might as well be doing something productive. So, but that's a huge thing. And if anyone has any questions about that, I'd be delighted to help any of you. Even if like you're older and you want to learn about it, whatever works for you works for me. So, I think my peak on my Instagram was 258,000 people on one account. But I know people that live in St. John's that have like 2.1 million, and like celebrities follow them, which is so crazy to think about. But I'm obviously not going to say their names, but... Emma, I have a question from Wyper. Yeah, go ahead. What's your question? I would love to answer it. And where I think there's no one in the next, from 12 to 1, I can maybe go a little bit over my time. So yeah, I will answer that question for you, Jay, when you send it. Yeah, I think I loved all three of the topics, like the subjects, but I think photography was my worst, and then illustration, but web design was kind of like my calling. Any advice for me to give my students who, because they may have had some talents in design, seem to want to do the work themselves instead of getting actual designers to do it? You know what? We've kind of seen that. We've seen a lot of the music students that we worked with actually head towards graphic design, and I think it's a reoccurring thing. I don't know what the connection is there, but I think you should tell. I know music students obviously want to all do stuff themselves. I think they should take graphic design, you know, themselves. So instead of just being like watching YouTube videos, where it is helpful, you're not having someone there one-on-one to teach you, and maybe you want to ask a question, they'll be able to answer it, whereas like a YouTube video might not be able to, or might not be able to show you like person to person how that actually would be. So I would tell your music students to, if they can't do the graphic design course themselves, I would recommend them maybe doing something like, I guess the next thing to that is just watching as many YouTube videos as you possibly can. And whether like, that's not important, or maybe they're like, I don't think that looks right, just honestly, maybe it doesn't, but you're not going to know because it's a YouTube channel. Maybe that's not maybe they're teaching it differently rather than like how the actual graphic designer instructors would teach it, if that makes sense. I would tell them to watch. I would personally, if they could do anything, I know they're music students, but after music, go into graphic design, or do graphic design in their music, because then you can do both. And like I said before, you can be like self-sustainable, and you know how to do things yourself, and they can look how you want them to, and you don't have to ask anyone to help, and you'll also save yourself a lot of money, especially if you're putting out maybe like a bunch of singles. No problem. If they're putting out like a bunch of singles, or they want a music poster, like they're in a concert and stuff like that, I would definitely suggest doing graphic design anyways. But if they can't do graphic design, YouTube videos, so that they can at least get like an understanding of why things are done the way that they are. But I think that's good. I think that's it. What advice would you give to someone who knows very little about entering into social media? Ask questions, I think, is probably, I'm going to say that to everything, but ask questions is probably a huge thing. But look at what other people do. Don't do the exact same thing. You have your own way of doing things, but look at how other people are doing things. Definitely do that. Like, not being like, oh, someone posted a caption that says, I don't know, just something, I don't know, anything, and then you do the exact same things with the exact same hashtags. It's going to be like, you don't have your own style, kind of. And people will be like, oh, I'm not going to follow them because they don't have any, like, originality. And be persistent at it. Social media is a huge thing nowadays. Everyone's like, oh, I'll see if they have an Instagram account. And, like, sometimes it's like, say, businesses. I don't know, let's say Walmart. Say, oh, Walmart's a huge company. And you go onto, like, I don't know. I haven't seen it personally, but you go onto the Walmart Instagram and there's nothing there. And you're like, oh, but I want to see, like, what Walmart's about. Because that's how some teenagers think now. They're like, oh, they don't have an Instagram account. Like, that's it. So they're like, oh, I can't see what they have or what anything looks like. It still got to Walmart, but I mean, like, on a lower scale, being, like, other smaller businesses. That's a huge thing. Because then maybe someone will see your post and be like, wow, I really like how that was made. Oh, I can actually go downtown right now and buy it. And then the next time they're downtown, they'll go into your store because they saw it and they're already down there. Or maybe if they like it so much, they'll go down there just for you. Do you know what I mean? So I think I would see what other people are doing. You have to follow trends. You can't be doing, like, stuff that happened in 2018 now. It just doesn't work. You just got to keep up on it. And I know that might require a lot of screen time, but if you actually want to get into social media, you're probably going to have to spend a little bit of time on your phone or on your computer. You're going to have to. Or else you're just not going to be able to keep up with stuff. Or people have already seen it and they're like, oh, that's boring. I saw that 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, it's kind of sad, but that's how it is. So I'd say you can make your own post, Kevin, because you're in graphic design. So you'll be able to make your own posts. You can do your own thing instead of screenshotting someone else's and then posting it on yours and claiming it as your own. And you can like put a little, I don't know if you have like a logo or anything, you can put that on there. I've seen a lot of people do that to their own posts. Like even graphic designers especially, I would recommend going towards a design kind of standpoint, because people are always looking for inspiration. Like you could make an Instagram account with, I don't know, and just make color palettes. And then people actually use your color palette. And they'll follow your account because they want to see what other color palettes you have. And it's just kind of thinking about stuff like that. You got to understand that people are always looking for things. And sometimes they can't find what they're looking for. And then you'll be there to be like, hey, this is what I have. And they'll be like, oh, this is exactly what I need. And then people are going to message you about sponsorships. When you start to get a big account, I know it's very discouraging at the start. But if you stick with it, it will pay off beyond belief. Like we were talking about before, you'll have like an income from Instagram. Not a living income, but you'll have room. Like even an extra $100 every week, or $100 every 2 weeks. It's still a lot of money. For something that you're putting your time into, of course. But once it's done, it's done. And then you won't even have to post as much, and you'll still be getting a bunch of followers because they've seen you've got 70,000 people following you. You know? So you just got to think about it like that. Obviously, when you start, you're not going to have 70,000 followers, and you're not going to have any posts. You got to hashtag, you got to like people's pictures that have the same like interests as you, and that's how you grow. And you have to do that not even just in like a marketing standpoint. You have to do that for yourself, like on your design Instagram, like your portfolio. That is your portfolio. Like people can go look at that and be like, because a lot of people, maybe they don't want to look at a website on their phone. They'll look at Instagram because the interface is nice. They'll do it like that. So I hope that answers your question. That was very long-winded. I've got about 10 minutes left, but I can go a little bit over, I believe. So yeah, I'm glad to answer your question, Wade. I appreciate. Thank you for asking. I would definitely say graphic design has been a huge impact. It's made a huge impact on me. I'm sure it has on my other things. Clearly you were taught well and learned well. Your future is bright. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And working with the music students has been amazing. Every time. I loved working with the people that I worked with. Even like in groups and stuff, it was amazing. It was so much fun. Your students are very, very talented, all of them. Looks like CNA's got some pretty good instructors, so yeah. I'm glad we got the instructors that we did. Yes, if you want to go over it, it's fine. The next person's Monica. Okay, I see. Emma, all the applied arts programs at Prince Philip Drive are very collaborative. Can you tell us any current projects and members of applied arts programs? Oh my goodness, there's quite a few. We did in first year. We did some projects with the music students. We did a lot of their album covers, business cards. Some of us even made a website. That was really nice. We did a few more. We did one with the business students. I think that was our most recent one. We did that in second year. And we did a lot of their branding, and they had to like actually use that and apply. So we'll be like, oh, we'll charge, I don't know, $200 for this logo. Let's just say that we'll charge $200 for this logo. They'd be like, okay, we're gonna have to talk to our like accounting students. I think that was one big, huge like collaborative project. So we had to talk to them about their finances, and we had to talk about them like what they wanted and what they can fit in their budget, what like how we branded them, and we met with them pretty frequently, and it was really really nice to have like that kind of, because we never met them before, and like it was, they were all so nice. I don't get it. Everyone was so nice to each other, and everyone understood what was happening, and even having like the accounting students, like some groups did things differently, of course, but a lot of people just talked, and it was just nice to have like, it felt like kind of like a real project, like we did real work for real people, and we did, but like if it was an actual business point, like they were making that business, because those were theoretical as well, like if we were actually making that for them. So I think that is like a good thing. So yeah, the first year was the music students, and then the second year was the business students. And the first year project was probably about, I'd say like 25% workload compared to the 75% workload in second year, which makes sense because it's obviously not first year. So that was really nice to do as well. It was just nice because everyone did different things, and seeing, because they had to then present their ideas to an actual like business person. I'm not too sure who it was, but like they'd had people come in from like the bank and be like, yeah, that's not gonna work, or yeah, that's gonna work really well. So I think that was also nice to see on their point, because they got to work with a lot of people. So and I'm sure people like did things for other students around the college and stuff like that. We had I think everyone had a really good experience. None of it was like ended up hating each other after it, but it was really good. And I found that our like class, especially like second year, were able to really get along with people and like get along with everyone. And like if someone needed help, we'd be like, okay, well maybe you can do this. That's great, thank you so much. No problem. Thank you for your question. It was a good one. Awesome. It was just so nice to see. I've definitely learned a lot from everyone. I'll probably go for another like 5 minutes, I'd say, and then take it from there, because it's been almost an hour. I've been talking for almost a straight hour. But like I said, if any of you guys like have any questions after this, you can, my Instagram's just Emma K Wyper. You can send me a DM on there. You can send me an email. You can message me on my portfolio if you wanted to. It's completely up to you guys. I'll answer all of your questions. It seems that bringing business students in on more of these collaborations might be a great idea for that perspective, 100%, because they're going to understand how much design costs. Your business students are going to have to go back to the accounting students, and then the accounting students are going to get work. So maybe even like you could do a project with your music students with the business students, and then you can get the graphic design students involved. So it's kind of like a triangle, a trifecta, and you'll be able to because that's like a big project. So maybe they can make, the graphic design students can make like an album cover, and then the business students will be like, okay, well your album cover is going to cost this, your graphic design is going to cost this, production is going to cost this, and the music students will actually have something like because you can get like a not prototype, but like kind of an example of what you're going to get. But I definitely think bringing in other students into it is going to be a really good idea, because it's going to just provide a lot of like knowledge, and it gives you kind of like a slight understanding of how stuff would actually work outside of school, because obviously you're not going to be in school forever. You actually have to go out into your field. Yeah, exactly. Like that I think having like a little, well, not a little project, but a big project like that would definitely be beneficial to everyone. You know, so, and then your students would actually have to take stuff into their own hands instead of just doing stuff because they're told to do stuff. And then they have kind of a bit more freedom and stuff to do what they want to do in regards to graphic design and their music that they produce, and like their business students. Because everyone that I've met has been so nice, and everyone's kind of in the same boat. They're like, okay, so what are we going to do? No one's like, I'm not going to meet with you because I don't want to meet with you. It's never ever been like that. But yeah. So I've been live for over an hour now, which is crazy. That went by really, really fast. I can answer a few more questions if anyone has any. If not, I will end the stream. And I think I'll be here Wednesday at 3 p.m. if I remember correctly. Sounds like something for us facility to work towards. You guys work really hard as it is. If it's going to put a lot of stuff on you guys, then I wouldn't. But I mean, even just getting together with like Jay, Craig, Ray, and I don't know who the business instructors are, but just sitting with them and being like, hey, why don't we do this? And then they'll understand, because you're getting kind of like real life experience out of that. So I think doing that even just once, it's just so beneficial to that, and it definitely helped your students, and then I think they would really appreciate that. I know that I did. I definitely enjoyed working with people that weren't in my, not that I don't want to work with people in my class, but just having people outside that don't know anything about graphic design, just talking to them about like what I've learned and stuff. It was great. Thank you, Bethany. I have to leave, but thank you for being so articulate. No problem. I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much for this, Emma. You've been amazing. Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate it. I will be talking to you guys again. So if you have any questions about anything, you guys can ask me, because I will talk and I will not stop. So yeah, I think that is it from me. Can check it out and see if anyone messages, but I thank you for everyone to listening to me. I know I ramble, but I hope I've been somewhat interesting to listen to. Thank you, Chelsea. I'm excited to see everyone's. But yeah. So thank you guys. I will be here Wednesday, and I hope you guys will stick around and see everyone else's. I think Monica is on at 1 p.m. So yeah. No problem, guys. You guys are also nice. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram. Like I said, anything. Facebook, I will answer as soon as I can, as soon as I see it. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm here to help as best I can. So yeah, I hope you guys all have an awesome Monday. And even though I think it's raining, we'll be okay. Okay, goodbye.